Egypt is a land of extremes. It is a land of ancient mysteries. It is a place in a constant state of transformation and a place where the same timeless scenes have played out, unaltered, for thousands of years. It is home to chaotic and mesmerizing cities, to ancient temples, and to the Nile, the meandering lifeblood of a country that's played witness to the rise and fall of countless empires. On the adventurer's bucket list, there are few places that seem to captivate us with such an enduring fascination. Long before the ancient Greeks or Romans, there were Egyptians, and they left an indelible mark on the imagination of people across the world and across time. The captivating civilization whose influence is still felt in art, architecture, and culture. Everyone knows the pyramids, but Egypt offers so much more. Countless time-worn temples, tombs, and monuments bring to life the triumphs of human ingenuity, spirit, and strength. The maelstrom that is Cairo's streets, a side effect of being one of the most densely populated cities on Earth. Egypt is an amalgam of its location. It is African, it is Mediterranean, it is Middle Eastern. But more than anything, it is principally, unapologetically, and unequivocally Egyptian. This is also the modern story of a kind, inviting, and hospitable people proud of their history and working to take it back. A people looking to the future, but always with an eye on their history. This is a land where the past is always present, the present is ever-changing, and every moment is an opportunity for discovery. Welcome to Egypt.
Let travel surprise you. Let moments excite you. Let me try to guide you along the way. There's a world out there waiting. Sights that need gazing. Food that needs tasting. And laughs in between. Oh, wherever I go. Whatever I see, all that I know is you're coming with me. You'll forget it. You know the best is yet to come. Be it land or sea, trust Tyler Travels TV.
Egypt is one of those places that seems so completely, at least for me, out of reach. Like, I never in a million years thought that I would ever actually go to Egypt. Even as much as we travel, I thought it's so far beyond the scope of my life. I'll never be able to go there. And honestly, it didn't feel real before we left. It didn't feel real while we were there. And honestly, if I didn't have all this footage, I don't know that I would think that it feels real now. You know what I mean? Watching back all this footage, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's crazy. All these amazing things that we were able to do. So before I found out that we were going to Egypt, I would say that my extent of knowledge about Egypt was limited to the song King Tut by Steve Martin. And then probably the Pharaoh in Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. That's about the extent of my knowledge on Egypt. Maybe, Aida, the Elton John one. That was about the extent of my knowledge on Egypt. And so before we left, we knew about 3 months before that we were going to do this. And I sort of had this idea that I was going to become an amateur Egyptologist. And here's the thing. There's 5,000 years of history. So 3 months, people dedicate their entire lives to being Egyptologists, and so it was a pretty vain attempt. That said, before we left, I read all of these, cover to cover. Every single one of them. So I had a couple more books that I skimmed through. This is the stack of books that I read, cover to cover. So I learned, I would say, a decent amount before I left, but truly nothing can prepare you for Egypt until you're there. So I'm going to share with you some of the things that I found to be utterly fascinating. And I'm just going to warn you now, I'm going to butcher a lot of the language. I'm going to try my best, but please be kind. Both ancient Egyptian and Arabic, but then you're also throwing in like some Greek, and there's a lot. I'm gonna mispronounce a lot, but I'm gonna do my darndest. We start our trip to Egypt by flying into Cairo, by far Egypt's largest and most populous city. We'll spend 3 full days here exploring the city from our home base of the Nile Ritz Carlton. We'll traverse the Khan El Khalili market with its labyrinth of stalls. We'll climb to the top of Cairo Tower for a bird's eye view of the city. We'll visit the Citadel and the spectacular domed mosque of Muhammad Ali. And we'll take a stroll through the Egyptian Museum to see some of Egypt's most famous artifacts. We'll then head just slightly south to Giza, where we'll gaze in awe of the last standing wonder of the ancient world, the pyramids. We'll get up close and personal with the Sphinx before we take a private tour inside the Great Pyramid of Giza. After our time in Cairo, we fly all the way to Egypt's southern border with Sudan to visit the great temples of Abu Simbel, an impressive monument on the banks of Lake Nasser with a fascinating story. From there, we'll fly north to Aswan, where we'll board the MS Tamar for a relaxing river cruise down the Nile. During our 3 nights on the Nile, we'll be stopping to visit some incredible places along the way, such as the Temple of Philae, the Temple of Kom Ombo, the Temple of Karnak, and we'll have a private nighttime tour of the Temple of Luxor. Our final stop is the Valley of the Kings, the remote, secluded burial ground for over 60 of Egypt's pharaohs, and the location of Howard Carter's famous discovery in 1922 of the tomb of King Tut. So we did this trip with Adventures by Disney, and honestly, that was the best possible thing we could have done. I don't think we would have done half of the things that we were able to do. No, we wouldn't have done a quarter of the things that we were able to do had it not been that we went with Adventures by Disney. We got to not only go to the Sphinx, we got to go up to the Sphinx. No one gets to do that. We got to go inside the Great Pyramid in a private group. So like all day, people are going in and out and there's hundreds of tourists. We had a private tour with just our group of like 30 people inside the Great Pyramid of Giza. It was insane. We had a private nighttime tour of the Temple of Luxor. We had so much. And not to mention the guides that we had, they made this trip. They were the most amazing people. We'll talk more about all of this stuff, but I just want to say that if you do end up going to Egypt, this is the way to do it. There's no other way to do it. It was incredible. But before we could do any of that, we obviously had to get to Egypt, and that was a full 25 hours of travel.
Where are we going?
Going to Egypt.
Egypt!
Alright, we've made it through security. Tyler has TSA pre-check. I don't, because my global entry expired and it's taking forever anyway. Who was done faster though this time?
You were.
By a long shot.
The guy
15 minutes.
running the TSA, like the bags on my side, there's 2 sides. For every 1 bag that went through, 5 are going through on the other side. And even the other TSA guy was like, I don't know what this guy's doing. He's taking so long to get through these bags.
Well, either way, I posted on my Instagram in the meantime. Lunch. Alright, we're going in one of the lounges, the Greenwich Lounge, which is like American Airlines. They're named after different New York neighborhoods. That's what was Soho, Chelsea, Greenwich.
This is Greenwich, yeah.
Yeah, which is cute.
We weren't cool to go to Chelsea.
No, they wouldn't let us in. Okay, we're in the business lounge of American Airlines, the Greenwich Lounge. We came out on charcuterie, doing some work. We've got whatever you want. Water, champagne. I ate butternut squash that was really good.
Just had some chicken shawarma and some sort of eggplant nonsense.
And I got the stinkiest cheese. I don't know what kind of cheese this is, but it is ripe. Very stinky. All right, we landed in Qatar. Doha specifically.
They're talking about the airport. It's rated the #1 airport for shopping in the world or something like that.
So far, we've only passed shops, but we're gonna use the restroom. We have like 45 minutes before our next flight board, so hopefully all will go smoothly. We've literally only heard English here so far, which is crazy.
Yeah. Even on the signs, it's all English brands, like American
English
brands,
bigger,
English
and then
brands,
and then they have definitely Arabic, and then maybe one other. No, that's it. Those two. Look at this. So we're still heading to our gate. We took some of the monorail, or it was so silent. But right now we're still going to the gate because this airport is humongous. And okay, C91. Now I've taken my contacts out. I can't see anything.
C40, C18,
65,
C80 to C90.
Okay. Oh, we might have actually done it right. Anyway, so we had breakfast at the end. So we had dinner at the beginning, which made sense in our minds from where we were coming from. But in our minds right now, it's 9 a.m. We had breakfast and coffee on the flight, just an hour or 2 hours ago. But here it's actually 4 p.m. So we're like, okay, no more coffee because we need to go to sleep later. What's my normal cutoff for coffee? You know what I mean, time-wise. So I think that's gonna help. We've been trying to drink a lot of water. I'm still so thirsty though. And I got a surprising amount of rest. I feel like you did too. Which was good, but not too much, which again is good because we need to be tired in 5 or 6 hours to go to sleep. So I'm like, oh, I could totally sleep in 5 or 6 hours.
So
I could probably have another coffee.
Exactly where we just took the train to
No.
go this way. I think we need to go back that way. It's a C8, C93
Shoot.
that way.
All right, well, we'll get there either way, but I do need to use the toilet. So that's next on the docket. I know. Wow, my hair looks so voluminous. I just used some dry shampoo. So we have freshened up a bit. We have a few minutes until we board for our last flight, heading to Cairo, and I'm feeling pretty decent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Okay, they just served us
Dates
take-off
and
drinks.
Coffee. I feel like I've heard that dates and coffee is
But
like a
it's
thing.
Arabic coffee. It looks nothing like coffee, smells nothing like coffee. I cannot wait.
There was an episode of Anthony Bourdain where he went to Egypt and he got some coffee. He's like, oh, I'll have some coffee. And he drank it. He's like, I don't know what that was. It wasn't coffee.
All right, let's see. He poured it out of a beautiful golden carafe.
Oh, it's like tea. Turmeric. I think it's got turmeric in it.
Yeah, it smelled like it. Well, she said the dates are really good with that, so I'm really excited to try that. Cool.
I love dates.
I like them well enough, but I want to try it with this. Oh, they do. You could almost. You would need to. Yeah, you're right. This is light like tea.
Doesn't it smell like there's turmeric in it?
So good.
It smells so familiar
something
too.
like
I can't picture, but I don't know what it is.
Almost like floral.
Yeah,
as well.
very floral.
We'll have to look up what the notes are.
Yeah.
It is good together. Okay, I know it's impossible to see, but there's literally sand in between the of runways.
So since we were doing this with Adventures by Disney, we couldn't simply just get off the plane. Oh no. We got off the plane. There was a man with our name on a sign. He then took us to a golf cart and they drove us through the airport on a golf cart. Then they took us to the next meeting point where there was a private driver waiting to take us to our hotel. It was like we were like royalty. Driving in Cairo is utter chaos. There are no lanes to speak of, few stoplights, and no discernible rules. Cars pass within inches of each other, and scooters weave in and out of traffic like Frogger. You'll be hard-pressed to find any cars without significant damage. Pedestrians cross whenever and wherever they like. People, bikes, scooters, cars, and even donkeys all clamor for their slice of the road. And, like many places with desert climates, the city becomes more chaotic and full of people after dark when it becomes cooler out. Less visibility, more people, and more than a few horns blaring. This is not a place where one should rent a car. Best leave this one to the professionals. It's all very entertaining from the back seat, but I would never drive here. After nearly 25 hours of travel, we finally arrive at our hotel in Cairo, the Nile Ritz Carlton. Situated right in the heart of the city, right along the Nile in Tahrir Square, it was the first modern luxury hotel in Cairo. When it first opened its doors in 1959, it was simply called the Nile Hotel, and it remained so until 2015, when Ritz-Carlton renovated and reopened it. We made it to our room at the Nile Ritz-Carlton, which is so cool to say. We've never stayed at Ritz-Carlton before.
No, we haven't.
Anywhere, let alone on the Nile. Mm-hmm. So this is the room. Got your TV, you got your setup here. The bellman, as he was coming in, he was like, "This is the best robe in the best room in Cairo." I thought that was funny. Yeah. So it's got a little desk area, which is nice. A little sitting area over here.
I think we can connect like via Bluetooth to that speaker over there.
That's what he said. It's got a little sitting area over here. They got some fresh fruit out, which I'm probably not going to eat just because I've heard.
Well, no, I think if it's been rinsed, like I think like something in a peel, and like the kiwi, just don't eat the outside of the kiwi. I think that's the.
I'm not going to risk it. You can if you
well, okay.
Then they have some slippers here by the bed, and I love that you even have the slippers have the Ankh on them. I love
cool.
The bed here. They gave us bottles of water as we were walking in. They had bottles of water in here. They had bottles of water by the side of the table. There's bottles of water everywhere because you're not supposed to drink the tap water and stuff like that. You're not even supposed to brush your teeth with it. Yeah. So this is why there's bottled water everywhere.
As in, you would get sick from it, most likely.
Exactly. So I love the old pictures of Cairo up there too with the pyramids in the background. That's so neat.
That is cool. Most importantly.
Yeah, a little coffee area.
Right, yeah.
Ooh, they got Illy. I didn't even see that.
I know, that's what I was saying. They got Illy espresso. I might have some tea tonight. So we've got a hot kettle and the Illy espresso maker.
Okay. I'm going to film you. You talk about the bathroom, and then we'll show the best part of the room.
Okay. They also have a minibar. I mean, paid minibar. But if you were curious, if you were doing this exact trip, I don't know what your plans are. Well, this is pretty awesome. The bathroom has a bath, which I feel like is rare anymore. And I love a good bath, especially when you've been walking all day or like traveling all day. Oh my gosh. Very awesome. They have a shower, which looks, if you want to come in, really nice. Ooh, even have a full mirror in there. That's kind of nice. You can shave in there, babe.
Very nice.
But they've got some nice toiletries in there.
I haven't looked inside there yet.
The turlet room.
The water closet.
It's the turlet room. Anyway, and yeah, they even have like a loofah. You know, it's nice. But look at this.
Look at those.
I love a good little toiletry moment. They've got a shower cap, vanity kit. Body lotion. Oh, see, this is Diptyque too.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
That's what they had on their flight, and it smelled so good.
Shaving kit, dental kit.
Nice.
So yeah, really, really nice bathroom. Oh, they even have scale. I'm not using that.
All right.
The best part. You want to show it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna open up these curtains, and I'm gonna see what's on the other side here. They have a button here. It's a little slow, so hold on just a moment. Hold, please. The grand reveal.
That's so cool.
Set the stage. It's the opening of a Broadway show.
It is. The noise? Oh my gosh.
That, my friends, is the Nile River.
How blipping cool is that? Sorry, we're doing this through a window, obviously. Oh my gosh. This is one of, if not the coolest view we've ever had from a hotel. So neat.
Like
so yeah.
The Nile. Like
the Nile.
the
like,
Nile.
you know, of legend. Wow.
You remember that one time when we went to bed and then we woke up and we were in Cairo?
I always say the best way to get to know a city is to get out on foot and explore. So we finally come upon the entrance to Cairo Tower. From here, all of Cairo is laid out before us. It's spectacular.